Hello, I'm Kads, and welcome to today's video. So the Altar of Souls is alight with the lovely red hue, meaning it is time to pull some soul stones. It's been about a month since the last one of these, and I still have a decent amount of overflow in terms of soul stones because of the period of time where they were doing boosted rates without some accompanying event, which I just didn't deem as worthy enough to pull or summon my soul stones. But I do like it when the boosted rates, as you can see here, coincide with a soul chase tournament. That way we can double dip, we can get stuff from the soul stones as well as getting rewards from the tournament itself. I would apply the exact same logic if there was an enticing Hero's Path, for example, as well as an event that would coincide with the boosted rates. So in terms of the rewards, we can see a pretty standard breakdown that we've come fairly accustomed to here, with some energy, some gems, epic tome, void shard, one prism summon, which sometimes this is an XP barrel, but in this case there's a summon pool going on right now, so we want to at least get to 1030, but ideally we'd go even beyond that, up to 1450, and maybe even beyond depending on RNG. And if you're ever wondering how many soul stones on average it takes to get some of these more juicy rewards, and I encourage you to take a look at the spreadsheet linked in the description box down below, where there is this soul summoning tab. And if you take a look at these couple of boxes here, we plugged in all of the rates here on the left hand side, including some buttons here toggling for the 2x that's going on right now, so boosted rates are included. And then we have the average amount of points you could expect from each type of soul stones. This upper table is for a small sample size, meaning that you're pulling like 10 or 30 mortals or something like that, something relatively small. You're not going to converge towards the average rates just because you're not pulling enough of a sample to offset the bad luck with some of the good lucks and some of the higher tier rewards. But if you're pulling a high amount of soul stones like I'm going to be pulling today, then you might converge more towards the raw odds shown in this table here. So if we mosey on over to the Altar of Souls, you can see here that we have just about 250 on the mortals and 26 on the immortals and 1 on the eternal, but I do not plan to pull the eternal because, as you can see there, it does not have any of the boosted rates. And so these are probably better saved for some sort of Hero's Path or Deck of Fate or something like that in the future. And yeah, we're going to start off with 200 mortals as we've done in the past, and then we'll kind of see where we are after that and gauge how many, if any, immortal soul stones we need to pull to maximize the amount of rewards we can get from this session. In terms of the wish list, it is unchanged from the last time because we didn't get anything in terms of upgrades, but we're looking for upgrades to Herndig, Ninja, and or Tomb Lord for various areas. The epics, I did make one swap out for Tolf the Memed, who has officially been upgraded to 4 stars just by paying with Essence, and so I put Genbo back in, and so hopefully we can get him to like 6-star Crushing Rend or something crazy like that. And then the rares as well are unchanged. Somehow I've literally managed to not get above a 3-star on either of my Cold Hearts, and then I just like to, Secret Room, Amius type rares here just to get higher than like the 2 or 3 star that they're at. But also, just like before, the one thing I probably want the most is just any level of star for my Star Sage Galathir. He's still sitting there with 0 stars of Awakening, so I would love to get at least 1, at least for the HP, start getting a little bit of the effects of Life Harvest going. All right, let's get into the summons. We're going to do 4 bouts of 50 for the mortals, and then gauge where we are in the Soul Chase tournament, and then see how many, if any, immortal soul stones we need to pull to close things out. So let's get it going here, starting it off with the first 10 pop for the immortals. 2-star Nazana, that is interesting. I am looking to build her in a stun set for the Cursed City, so that is nice potential stats for her. Got a 5-star rare that's good, that's good for the points. 1-star Newt, he's already 1-star, so that's not an upgrade for me, so that will automatically be sold. I think that was like 50 something ish points, so we'll see. We'll try to keep track of the points as we go along here, but ultimately we'll end up checking in on the champion or the Soul Chase itself just to confirm. 62 on that one, so just over 100 there. Nothing really notable, a bunch of low tier stuff for champions that either have low tiers of blessings or don't even need them, or champions that don't even have. Ursica Warcaller, 1-star, that's nice, legendary at least, but do not have her. 3-star Berserker, I think that's exactly where he is, so that is not an upgrade. A bunch of rares aside from that. Number 4 for the 10 pops. Can we improve on it? We're getting pretty low here. And this is, I guess, is a good example of why I separated the odds there in the spreadsheet into like low sample size versus high sample size. And you can kind of see that, we pulled 40 so far and we're at like 150 points, something like that, something really, really low. So you might get fooled by, you see your favorite CC pull 10 and they get super, super lucky and they get a lot of points. But more realistically, you're going to end up with summons like this if you're pulling a smaller amount of soul stones. 3-star for Inquisitor Samael. I think that is an upgrade for him. I think that brings him to 2-star, but I think 4-star is kind of the magic point where you want the extra crit damage to boost his damage. Stultus is already at a 3-star, so that one is most certainly not an upgrade. So we'll make some space real quick and jump right back into the pulls. All right, space choice has been made. Let's get right back into the action here. In the Soul Chase tournament, we're at like 200-ish points, so pretty slim pickings thus far. So hopefully set number 2 will pick things up, and so far it's not looking too hot. A bunch of onesie twosie stuff across the board. 30 points, not what you want to see. Next 10 pop here, hopefully we can get a little bit better than that, you know, just a little bit better. The bar is very, very low. It is beneath the floor. It's in the basement, and this is most certainly not it. Mythical? No, it is a Gallius, which is a dupe, I think. I already have a 1-star for him, so that's probably going to be sold. That is not the Galathier we sought, but it does start with a G, so maybe we're kind of honing in on the one we actually do want. 6-star rare should be fairly decent for points, so this is maybe 80-something. Madame Ceres, 1-star, already have her at 4. I think I have 2 copies of her. One of the other ones at like 3-star. So not much of an upgrade there. Kemptum, pretty decent champion. I think he's already 3-star at least awakened, but I'll double check that one. And yeah, man, we are just straight up lowballing it this time around. So maybe we do actually have to dip into the Immortal Soulstones, but that is what they are for. So it's not the end of the world. And I guess it's also worth mentioning that we do have effectively 21 more Immortal Soulstones. So I have like 40 plus realistically. So I can spare to try my hand at some decent luck and see if we can get anything out of those instead. Next set, here we go. 450 in the Soul Chase. So once again, this has been some fairly low or bad RNG. So maybe set number 3 is where this turns around. Hashtag no copium. And we're off to a blazing start with a whopping 25 points. So lots of onesie twosie things going on here. So yeah, I mean, in fairness, in terms of the boosted rates, I think we have hit a couple like 6-star rares, maybe one 5-star rare, but I don't think we've hit any 5-star above the rarity, unfortunately, so that's not really that great for points. Bunch of onesie twosie stuff there once again. Man, even like a 5-star epic. Okay, there we go. All right. I was like, even a 5-star epic would be a decent amount of points. I think these are worth like 135 a pop, so it's pretty substantial. 1-star for Georgid. Don't have him, but I guess that is nice if we ever end up pulling him. That might be a duplicate soul. I have to double check that one. But there we go, at least 150 something per for that 10 pop. So at least we're somewhere in the realm of the Void Shard now, at the very least. So making progress. 5-star rare there, 4-star epic. We're in on the Silken, decent reviver for Faction Wars if you need her for that purpose. I think I have her at 3, so that might be a slight upgrade for her as well. In terms of her stats, although I think I took her out. I replaced her with a Tree Show Knot, which is kind of funny. But since he is a rare, he's better for that advanced quest to use a rare in Faction War. So that was kind of an easy swap for me. 6-star rare there. 3-star Durando, that might be an upgrade. 2-star Genzen, do not have him. And yeah, I guess, wow, that was so quick. We got to make even more space. Well, at the very least, we are at 900-ish points in the Soul Chase, meaning that we're practically guaranteed to get at least the free summon for the summon pool. So that is, I guess, the silver lining here. And then from there, we can kind of see how the first set of Immortals goes. And yeah, looking more like some onesie twosie stuff. Not great. Okay, 5-star epic, that is good. 2-star Whisper, which that was a bit higher. She's not on the wish list currently, but nonetheless, I would like higher levels for her if possible. I think she's at 4-star right now, so 5 and 6 would be nice. Crushing Rend, ignoring a lot more defense, that'd be pretty sick. And Wishlist Genbo, 1-star. He's already at 2, so that's not much of a change. But, I guess we're still kind of riding the high of the last 10 pop where we got over 130. Not really going to do it. But I think we have secured the Prism Summon, so that is nice. Mythical, is it? It is not our Galather. That would have been fantastic, though, with a 2-star. But Lady Mikage, that's going to be sold because I already have a 3-star for my second Mikage, so I don't really need a 2-star because I hope I don't get a third Mikage. Good God. 4-star for Skathix, good for the points. I think that might be an upgrade for him as well. I think he's kind of a flex spot for Curse City stages if I happen to need him. Another mythical 3-star Androck. Don't have him either, but that is good for points, hopefully. We'll see here. Yeah, 110, not bad. 3-star Achak the Wenderin. I think that is also a not an upgrade. And we kind of ran out of space there, so we still have one more 10 pop to go to round it off for the even 200, which in fairness is a completely arbitrary number just depending on how many Soulstones I have. So it's not that I have to pull 200 every time. And most likely the next time this comes back around, if it's in 4 weeks time like this one was, then we're not even going to have 200 in the first place. So bummer, ending it on a very, very, very low roll there, unfortunately. But let's go ahead, check in on the soul chase. I do believe that we're at least above 1,000. We're probably not to 1,450, as we can see there, but we are at least over 1,000, meaning that we're over halfway towards the legendary tome number 2, and we're most certainly going to get the legendary tome. Fingers crossed. I wouldn't mind the chaos ore either, but let's just kind of see. I've honestly never done a 10 pop for immortal soulstones, and this might be the one and only time we do it, so let's just YOLO and see what happens here. 1,300 points, and if we get I guess 700, 800-ish, then we are in a very good spot for the soul chase. So 4-star for Sir Nick, that is most certainly an upgrade. 4-star Aostrid, that is not useful because she's at 5-star thanks to her event. 4-star Callan the Shrike, don't care about that. 3-star for Drexthar, upgrade on Brimstone. 4-star Valkynon, I think that's an upgrade as well. 626 points, that is fantastic overall. So if 1 5-star epic, 4-star epic, or 2 4-star epics, 2 4-star rares, so nothing amazing. 3-star Garrel is pretty nice too. We're definitely not going to open another set of 10. Let's collect this here. But that is nonetheless good for the points, so I will sell a couple of souls here to make a little bit of space, and then we'll see where that put us in the tournament relative to the legendary tome number 2, because 700 points is definitely a lot of points, which is goodness overall. So let's get rid of a few of these really quickly, and then we'll go head over to the Soul Chase tournament. And if anyone's curious, I typically just keep like epics 4-star and above, just in case I happen to need them for something in the future. I think 4-star is kind of a nice middle ground where they can be practically useful with their blessing. And then for rares, if it's not something a rare that I actually use in some area, then I just automatically sell it, regardless, even if it's all the way up to 6-star. And then legendaries, I just keep them all, because you never know when a legendary might come in handy, and the blessings are definitely hard to come by. So if we check in on the tournament here, we can see that we are just over the chaos ore, so 1,941, meaning that we have over 600 to go. And if I have to be honest, my gut is telling me to call it there, but I think we have enough of a surplus of immortals that we can kind of make this work and just kind of try our luck with some singles. So 600-ish points to go. We'll do this one at a time and see if we can kind of inch our way there, and a 5 or 4-star rare is not really helping us make progress there. We need some big numbers. We need some not rare champions. I mean, 5-star is better, but we need epics, epic 4-star, epic 5-star, maybe even some legendaries, dare I say. 5-star Seeker, that's a start. 135 is good, so I think we're at 150-ish in terms of credit out of the 600. And then another epic, that is good if it's 5-star. Okay, another 100, that is good. 135. 5-star Cardinal, I don't use her, but it is nice, good for the points. We get another epic. No, we're back down to the rares. A legendary here would be absolutely fantastic. A 3-star rare is the worst thing you could possibly get. 3 points is brutal. And another rare, probably 3-star. Yep. We hit the wish list though, XD. And yeah, let's keep it going here. Hopefully we don't have to burn through them all. Mythical. Okay, ooh, Nell. Okay. For anyone who's followed me for a while, I've always mentioned that Poison Exploders have been on my wish list in terms of legendary champions. And then they introduced this mythical champion who does have a Poison Explosion in her kit on her primary or her base form. So if I happen to get her, that is pretty awesome with the 4-star soul. Kind of lost track of the math here. I think this is worth 200. We've got a couple of 5-star epics, so that's another 200 and some change. So we're at 400, 500 something. So I think there is a little bit of a gap to go, but I want to be certain because these are soul zones and these are kind of precious. So let's just make sure that we're not there already. We should be maybe like 2,300, 2,400 and something. 2,450. Okay, we can do 50 more points. That's tolerable. And like I said, I do have, a surplus here of immortal soulstone. So even though this might be going down towards 0, we've got plenty in the stockpile. Obviously, I am saving a significant amount of the essence for buying souls from the soul merchant, but I'm also willing to part with some in the pursuit of stuff like this. So 12 is not going to do it. We still need about 40 points. So, good 5-star epic and we're in the clear. Rares are not what we want to see unless it's like a 6-star rare. 6 points. We're still kind of lowballing it here. Man, we are running low on the immortals. It'd be nice to just get a 5-star epic and call it a day. No, 4-star epic, that might do it. Mental math. 30, 10 and something. Oh man, we've got to be close. If we're not there, it's got to be ridiculously close. I think that might have done it though. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, So a lot more expensive than I intended it to be. 2501, barely over, but we'll take it. We got ourselves 2 legendary tomes. We got ourselves the free summon in the summon pool, Void Shard as a bonus, epic tome, and a butt ton of gems, and then some energy. So pretty satisfied overall, but unfortunately for myself, this is probably not going to be replicable in the near term because we don't have anywhere near the amount of Soulstones that we had before. But yeah, it is nice to have, and I might as well just kind of re-up here just a little bit because I think I was down at like 20,000. So this kind of balances me out to where I was before. So there you go, about 12 immortals spare, and then about the same amount of soul coins I had before. And then we'll just kind of see how many immortals we can gain in the before next time. All right, so that's going to do it for this soul summoning session this go around, and we've added a few more faces to the land of the unowned mythicals. Once again, I don't think anything particularly amazing happened in terms of that. We didn't get a 6-star legendary or anything crazy like that, but you know, we got a decent amount of points, a couple of higher tier epics, which is kind of nice just in case we happen to need them in the future. But most importantly, we maxed out the Soul Chase tournament, got ourselves a couple legendary tomes and a Void Shard and the mythical Chaos Ore, which is nice because I am trying to pursue a Merciless build on my Rhodos, and so re-rolling some of the 6-star mythical pieces in Merciless is quite handy for me, potentially handy for me if I get good RNG on some re-rolls. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys are pulling during the Soul Chase, and of course let me know if you got anything good from your summons. As always, if you enjoyed the video, then be sure to hit that like button down below. It really does help out the channel. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, then feel free to hit that subscribe button down below as well. Thanks for watching and have a good one.